Doctor Who has been around for over 55 years. There have been over 850 televised episodes. However, since the series returned in 2005, there have also been countless charity specials, minisodes, and prequels. One such anomalous offering is the animated serial The Infinite Quest. This adventure was originally broadcast in 13 parts, each approximately 3.5 minutes long, as part of the short-lived, seldom remembered spin-off series, Totally Doctor Who. The first 12 parts were featured in the 12 episodes of the show's second series, while the 13th and final part was included in an omnibus of the entire serial, which was broadcast separately. The omnibus runs to approximately 45 minutes, the same length as a standard episode of the revived series. The voice cast includes several actors from the main series, most notably David Tennant and Freema Agyeman voicing the Doctor and Martha Jones. Both the writing and performances successfully capture the chemistry and dynamic between the Doctor and Martha.
Now, give me a number between 0 and 99.
45.
And another.
72.
Another.
3. What is this, galactic lorry?
Destination setting. And you, Martha Jones, have randomly chosen to take us to Copacabana Beach. Arriba!
There is a real sense of camaraderie between the two. The narrative actually gives Martha quite a lot to do. In fact, she figures out the solution to a number of problems the pair face throughout. On more than one occasion, she notices something the Doctor has overlooked.
Wait, Doctor, it's...
They're trying to kill me, I know!
No, it's panicking! Doctor, it's just frightened!
Oh, Martha, you are a marvel!
However, she still relies on the Time Lord's knowledge and experience. Anthony Head voices Balthazar. Head previously appeared opposite David Tennant in the Series 2 episode School Reunion, where he played the Krillitane Brother Lasser, better known by his human alias Mr. Finch. He also played the Warlord Greyvorn in Big Finish's Excellus trilogy, and the Time Lord Valentine in Death Comes to Time, as well as narrating the third and fourth series of Doctor Who Confidential. Despite being the villain, Balthazar is given some of the funniest lines, made even funnier by Anthony Head's delivery, without undermining the character's credibility or threat.
You're looking for the hold.
The hold? Won't that be...
Down. Yep.
Stephen Greif voices Gurney.
Maybe so, but these charges have been extracted from his own brain. He knows what he's guilty of. And they've earned him, let's see now, 2 billion years in prison.
2 billion?
He really should have taken back those library books.
Greif also played Space Commander Travis in the first series of Blake 7, the brainchild of Daleks creator Terry Nation, which I've already covered in a previous video. The actors, especially David Tennant, really give their all. The Infinite Quest wasn't the first animated Doctor Who serial. It wasn't even the first animated Doctor Who serial featuring David Tennant. Both distinctions are held by the 40th anniversary webcast, Scream of the Shalka. The animation for this serial, as well as the 2 missing episodes of The Invasion released on DVD in 2006, was done by Cosgrave Hall Films. While visually similar, the animation for The Infinite Quest was instead done by Firestep. The character animation is fairly rigid, which can occasionally make the voice performances feel exaggerated or awkward.
What now?
Well, I'm open to suggestions. How'd you do that? Oh, Martha, you're brilliant! Oh, yeah, now you're just showing off. Whoa!
But the story takes advantage of the medium by exploring elements which would either be difficult or impossible to realise in live action. Much like the spin-off series, The Sarah Jane Adventures, The Infinite Quest is aimed more at younger viewers, and is at times a little silly.
What?
However, it definitely has that distinctive Doctor Who charm. There are a surprising number of deaths throughout. One in particular carries more emotional weight than you might expect. The need to squeeze the plot into 3.5 minute segments results in quite a fast pace, which does, at times, feel rushed.
Stop! Stop! Order terminated.
Oh, yes, skill.
When viewed all together, certain cliffhangers and their subsequent resolutions are distractingly noticeable.
You were saying?
Doctor!
I thought you'd never get here.
The same problem classic Doctor Who sometimes had, but on a micro level. However, most parts flow seamlessly into the next. The sonic screwdriver is also a tad overused, though let's be honest, that's not an issue unique to this story. The titular quest isn't altogether dissimilar to the Doctor and Romana's search for the key to time across season 16, albeit condensed into a single 45-minute story rather than spread across 6 distinct multi-part stories.
What's that?
It's a data chip. Part of a black box recorder. Dark time technology.
Balthazar gave it to me for safekeeping. Should be 4 of them. You need to use each one to find the next.
And find all 4, you find the infinite. Are we going on a quest then?
The serial introduces a number of interesting scenarios and ideas.
A skeleton crew.
Literally. Less of a drain on rations.
It's a shame more time can't be spent exploring each one. The Infinite Quest was written by former Doctor Who magazine editor Alan Barnes. While Barnes hasn't written an episode of the main series, he has written numerous Doctor Who comics and audio dramas. The serial was directed by Gary Russell, who in addition to script editing both The Waters of Mars and The End of Time, has also written and directed an incredible number of Doctor Who novels, webcasts and audio dramas. Though composer Murray Gold is given musical credit, The Infinite Quest reuses tracks from previous episodes. These pieces are well chosen, and for the most part don't feel out of context. The title sequence matches the one used during Series 3, with the regular TARDIS replaced by the cel-shaded version seen in the serial. Part 1 of The Infinite Quest was broadcast just 2 days after Martha Jones' first television appearance, in the Series 3 premiere, Smith and Jones. The omnibus version was broadcast the same day as the Series 3 finale, Last of the Time Lords. If you're wondering when The Infinite Quest takes place chronologically, the episode index at the back of the 2011 edition of Doctor Who The Encyclopedia places it between the Series 3 episodes 42 and Human Nature. This placement is also supported in the book Companions and Allies. Like most Doctor Who stories, The Infinite Quest includes numerous references to previous adventures, as well as history and pop culture. Early on, the Doctor lists 3 names, referring to them as the greatest chefs of planet Earth.
That wasn't just any old spoon. That spoon passed through the hands of the greatest chefs of planet Earth. Fanny, Delia, Madame Cholet. That spoon was an antique.
Fanny and Delia are presumably Fanny Craddock and Delia Smith. However, Madame Cholet is a character in the British children's series The Wombles.
Underground, overground, wombling free. The Wombles of Wimbledon, common are we. Making good use of the things that we find. Things that the everyday folks leave behind.
The Doctor also mentions a number of established monsters.
There was a time when the universe was so much smaller than it is now. Darker, older time of chaos. Creatures like the Rachnos, the Nestines and the great vampires rampaged through the void.
The Rachnos had appeared in the previous Christmas special, The Runaway Bride. The Nestine consciousness had appeared in multiple stories, after first appearing in the third Doctor's debut story, Spearhead from Space. The Great Vampires first appeared in the fourth Doctor story, State of Decay.
Hence it is the directive of Rassilon that any Time Lord who comes upon this enemy of our people and of all living things shall use all his efforts to destroy him, even at the cost of his own life.
Believe it or not, the Doctor's warning about saber-toothed gorillas...
Hang on, there could be anything out there. Snakes like bendy buses, saber-toothed gorillas, anything.
...was actually a reference to the comic story, The Saber-Toothed Gorillas, in which the second Doctor encounters a group of saber-toothed gorillas. I feel like that last part was probably self-evident. The serial also continued the "Don't Do That" gag featured in multiple Tennant-era episodes.
Fuck this! Me and me mad fucker Martha here! Arr, arr, arr! No, don't do that.
Verily, forsooth, egads.
No, don't do that.
Oh, guy, I've been oot in a boot.
No, don't do that.
Hoots, mon.
No, really don't.
It has been speculated that certain elements from the Infinite Quest may have served as the inspiration for aspects of Series 4. The Infinite Quest was followed 2 years later by another animated story titled Dreamland. This serial used full CG animation, and in my opinion, wasn't as good as its predecessor.
Howdy there, partners.
While not exactly a contender for the top 10 best Doctor Who stories of all time, The Infinite Quest is a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of the series, I recommend you check it out. If you have seen it, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments.
Martha! Martha!
Why did you say that name?
If you liked this video, why not give it a thumbs up? Maybe share it with a friend. Or an enemy. Either way, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see more content here on Channel 73.